Hello, and I want to welcome you once again. My name is Pastor Adom. We are dealing with the topic fear, and we have done the first episode, we have done the second episode, and this is the third episode, and that is knowing the causes of fear. Now, this episode, we are going to talk about my background or your background. One of the causes of fear or the things that can make you become afraid of something is your background. If you look at your background, it can put fear inside of you. Your background alone can make you run away from your destiny. So when we read the Bible in the book of Judges chapter 6 from verse 11 to 24, it talks about a young man called Gideon. This young guy Gideon was running away. He was afraid. So he was one time in his farm doing his normal business, and then God came to him and said, Gideon, you are the one that I'm going to use to lead my people. But because of his background, he was running away from the call of God. This is somebody who was coming from the least tribe of Israel, Benjamin, and he gave so many excuses. I'm coming from the smallest background. I'm coming from the smallest tribe of Israel, that is Benjamin. How can I lead these great people of yours? But God said, you are a great man of war. I am going to use you to lead my people. And he listened. He did not do anything. He forgot about his background and decided to follow God. He was able to defeat his enemies. Your background alone can push you backwards. But I'm here to tell you that don't pay too much attention to your background, because if you focus on your background, it can put fear in you and it will not make you go ahead in life. Somebody that we all know, Barack Obama. Barack Obama had certain background story that shouldn't have even made him think of becoming the president of the United States of America. His background was so it's not something that will make anybody believe that he can get to that point. This is somebody who has a black father. This man, we can trace his father. We knew his father. We can go to Kenya and say that this is where Obama's father lived. This is who he is. We can point and say this is a pure black man. He is half American and half Africa. You can trace to his father and you can say that this is a pure black man. So his background alone will make him not even think of becoming a president of the United States. But he decided to put away his background as a black man. The name Barack Obama is a background that shouldn't even make him think of becoming a president of the United States of America. This is somebody whose parents were divorced. The mother divorced the father, and then he had to be taken care of by his own grandparents. His background was not good at all. This is somebody that a pure white man can describe him as a Negro. And we all know the story of Negroes in the United States of America. You being a Negro alone should even put you away from even becoming a senator in the United States of America. But this young man, Barack Obama, said no to all these so-called bad backgrounds, or the background that is not supposed to make him get there. He said no to all those things. He focused on everything that he had to do to get to the top. He is somebody that had interest in education. He read law. He said, yes, I can be a black man. My father can be an African, a Kenyan. I can have a mother or parents who are divorced. I can be a black man. I can have black skin. But I will not allow that one to prevent me from becoming the great man that I want to be. Barack Obama went on and did everything that he had to do without paying attention to the background that where he is coming from. And the story we all know, he became the 44th president of the United States of America, and he's one of the most influential people in the whole world. Today, when you mention Barack Obama, nobody is going to say he's a Negro. Anytime you hear the name Barack Obama, you don't talk about his background. You don't talk about the fact that his mother and father divorced at a point, and all these things. He said no to them. He focused on whatever he wants to do. I'm here to tell you that no matter your background, don't let it prevent you from becoming who you are supposed to be. Barack Obama said to himself, I will not let this one intimidate me. Yes, I can be a black man, but I'll go to the White House. He did everything possible, and by the grace of God and with hard work, He had people to support him, and he got to the presidency. Let me also give you another example. Another great man in our time that I want to use his background as an example for you to lift your spirit up, to deal with your background, is Reverend Sam Korankye. We all know him as the Apostle General. Reverend Sam Korankye, the founder and leader of Royal House Chapel International worldwide. His background was so small. This is a young man who grew in a family of polygamy. His father married more than one wife. He had so many siblings. There was not much money in the house. Paying school fees for this young man was a problem. There was the number of times where he had to go to school, and then his teachers will have to sack him for non-payment of school fees. This is a young man who had a terrible background, but he said to himself, I will not let this background take me back. I'm going to deal with this problem. I'm going to deal with this background. And today in our country, in the whole world, when we call or we mention his name, Reverend Sam Korankye, the Apostle General, everybody salutes this great man of God. He has grown to become a father. He has grown to become a role model to a lot of people. This is a man who has fathered a lot of people. This is a man who has made pastors out of nobody. This is a man who has a great ministry, and his ministry is helping a lot of people. He has the aged in his church that he takes care of them periodically, medication, food, kaya periodically, he feeds them and all that. This is a man who pays scholarship. He gives scholarships to students who are brilliant but they need the help. This is somebody who couldn't even pay his school fees, but he has grown and has been able to deal with his background, and today he is paying thousands of school fees for people. This is the man I'm talking about. He dealt with his background. This is a man that has the opportunity. Now he speaks to presidents, he counsels presidents, he has diplomats as his friends, he dialogues with them, he takes decisions with them. This is the man I'm talking about. You can be able to deal with your background. If you are able to deal with your background, these are the things that is going to happen to you. This is a man who has churches all over the world. You go to America, we have Royal House Chapel International there. Where you go to Asia, Africa, Europe, wherever. This young man and his background, but today he is an icon. He's a role model and he's a father. One of his dreams is that, look, I know my background. I have you as my children. One of my greatest dreams is that you become greater than me, the Apostle General. And this is something that has encouraged all of us. And today on this platform, I'm making you aware that it does not matter where you are coming from. Your background is not much of importance. You can deal with it and you become one of the greatest men and women of your time. I want to bless you, and I say that stay tuned, get ready for the 4th episode, and we shall come to you once again. Thank you, and I'll meet you on the other side.